Ladies and gentlemen, time, it is the one resource granted equally to every man and woman on this earth. The beggar and the billionaire receive the same 24 hours in a day. But what separates the two is not the amount of time they have, it is how they use it. If you wish to attain success, not just material wealth, but the full, rich experience of a life well lived, then you must learn to become the master of your minutes, the commander of your hours. Let me be blunt. Wasted time is wasted life. Every idle moment, every hour spent drifting without purpose is time you will never regain. Success demands a high price, and the currency is your focused, deliberate, and intentional use of time. The first step to using your time wisely is having a definite chief aim, a clear, specific purpose that drives your daily actions. Without this aim, you become like a ship without a rudder, at the mercy of every passing wind. But with purpose, you can direct every second toward the achievement of your goals. You must create a plan and act upon it daily.
Organize your time.
Budget it as you would your money. Ask yourself constantly, is what I am doing right now moving me closer to my goal? If the answer is no, stop it. Who is it? Reclaim your time. Avoid the thieves of time, procrastination, distractions, gossip, idle chatter, and fear, especially fear. Fear of failure robs more time than failure itself. Remember, indecision is the graveyard of opportunity. Decide quickly, act boldly, and move forward. Associate only with those who uplift you, who value your time and their own. Time spent with the right people is an investment. Time spent with the wrong people is an expense you cannot afford. And finally, reserve time each day for self-improvement. Read, think, reflect. Your mind is your greatest asset, and it must be nourished as regularly as your body. 1 hour spent daily in study and self-discipline is worth more than 1,000 spent in blind effort. In closing, remember this truth. You either master your time or time will master you. The choice is yours. Choose to be deliberate, to be disciplined, to be driven. Success is not a matter of chance. It is a matter of choice, and that choice begins with how you spend your time. Success begins with clarity, and clarity begins with a definite purpose. Without a clearly defined goal, life becomes a series of scattered actions, misdirected energy, and lost time. A definite chief aim is more than just a wish or a vague desire. It is a specific, measurable, deeply personal goal that becomes the central focus of your time, thoughts, and energy. This concept, emphasized by Napoleon Hill, is the starting point of all achievement. When you have a definite aim, it guides your decisions, shapes your habits, and influences how you spend every hour of your day. Time is no longer something you pass. It becomes something you use, something you direct with intention. Without a purpose, people often find themselves busy but unproductive. They work hard, but their efforts are scattered. They chase opportunities that don't align with their long-term vision. They fall into routines that feel comfortable but lead nowhere. But with a definite chief aim, you create a filter for your life. You begin to ask better questions. Will this task bring me closer to my goal? Is this person aligned with my mission? Is this the best use of my time right now? These questions help eliminate the distractions that steal your energy and rob you of progress. The process of defining your chief aim must be done with honesty and reflection. It cannot be borrowed from someone else. It must come from within. And ask yourself what you truly want to achieve, what legacy you want to leave, what kind of life you wish to build. Then write it down, not as a vague dream, but as a precise written statement of intention. Read it daily. Let it become the mental blueprint for your actions. So, when your purpose is in writing and reviewed regularly, it stays fresh in your mind. It becomes part of your identity. When your time aligns with your purpose, momentum builds. You begin to notice opportunities that were invisible before. Your focus sharpens. You become less distracted by the noise of the world. You no longer feel the need to compare yourself to others because you are walking a path uniquely your own. Time becomes a servant of your vision, not a master of your moods. Having a definite chief aim also fuels your motivation during difficult times. When setbacks occur, as they always will, your purpose reminds you why you started. It gives you the emotional strength to persist. People without a strong aim often give up at the first sign of resistance, But those with a powerful why will endure anyhow. In the end, success does not come from luck or talent alone. It comes from focused energy directed over time toward a specific goal. That goal, your definite chief aim, is the foundation. If you do not take the time to define it, you will spend your life reacting to circumstances instead of creating your destiny. But once you do, every minute becomes meaningful and every day becomes progress. Time is the most valuable resource you possess, yet it is the one most often taken for granted. Unlike money, which can be saved, invested, or regained, time only moves in one direction. Every moment that passes is gone forever. That is why guarding your time as carefully as you would guard your wealth is essential for success. Those who rise above mediocrity understand that how they spend their time determines the results they achieve in life. They treat their time as a precious asset, investing it only in people, activities, and goals that yield meaningful returns. Too many people waste their hours on things that do not serve their growth. They spend time on distractions, social media, gossip, television, and trivial tasks that have no long-term value. These may provide temporary pleasure, but they rob the future of its potential. The successful person, on the other hand, recognizes that every minute spent must have a purpose. They plan their days with intention. They prioritize tasks that align with their most important goals. They avoid time wasters and protect their schedule from unnecessary interruptions. Managing time wisely requires discipline and self-awareness. It means learning to say no to things that do not matter so that you can say yes to the things that do. It means setting clear boundaries, creating routines, and organizing your day in a way that reflects your values and aspirations. Just as a wise investor would not throw money at random ventures, a wise person does not give away time to anything that does not produce growth, learning, or progress. You must begin to see your time as an investment, one that must produce a return in health, knowledge, relationships, or achievement. Track how you spend your hours. Just as a financial advisor would have you review your spending habits to build wealth, you should review your time habits to build success. Where does your time go? What habits steal your focus? What activities give you the greatest return on effort? When you analyze your schedule with the seriousness of a business owner reviewing profits and losses, you begin to take control of your life. You become proactive instead of reactive. You must also surround yourself with people who respect time. If you spend your hours with those who waste theirs, your own habits will suffer. Successful people value their time and the time of others. They show up on time, focus on priorities, and do not engage in meaningless distractions. Time is not something they pass, it is something they use, wisely and deliberately. Ultimately, your future is shaped by what you do with each day. Your success is hidden in your daily routine. Guarding your time like wealth means choosing to spend it with care, focus, and purpose. It is a choice to value yourself and your potential. When you begin to treat time as your most valuable asset, you set yourself apart, and you set yourself on the path to success. Success is not achieved through occasional bursts of effort or inspiration. It is built through daily, disciplined action. The individuals who rise to greatness are not always the most talented or the most fortunate, but they are the most consistent. They show up every day, do the work, and push forward even when they don't feel like it. Discipline is the bridge between knowing what to do and actually doing it. Without discipline, your dreams remain ideas. With it, those dreams become results. Each day is an opportunity to move one step closer to your goal, and every action you take, no matter how small, compounds over time to create significant progress. Discipline means taking control of your habits and choices. It requires you to work when others are relaxing, to focus when others are distracted, and to persevere when things get difficult. It is easy to take action when you are motivated, but true success comes from taking action even when motivation is absent. Those who achieve great things do not rely on their emotions to dictate their behavior. They rely on a commitment to their purpose. They create routines and systems that support their goals, and they stick to them day after day. Daily action is powerful because it builds momentum. When you take even a small step forward each day, your confidence grows, your skills improve, and your vision becomes clearer. The habit of daily progress makes success feel possible, even during challenging times. On the other hand, inconsistency breeds doubt and delays.
I, oh,
Skipping one day easily becomes skipping two, and soon the dream fades. But when you discipline yourself to take action every day, you stay connected to your purpose. You remind yourself that your goal is worth the effort, and you train your mind to persist, regardless of obstacles. Discipline also sharpens your ability to focus. In a world full of distractions, those who can consistently direct their attention to meaningful tasks gain a tremendous advantage. They are not pulled off course by every notification, temptation, or excuse. They know what needs to be done, and they do it, even when no one is watching. This quiet, steady discipline is what separates achievers from dreamers. It may not always be glamorous, but it is always effective. Taking daily, disciplined action also builds resilience. Oh, it teaches you that effort matters more than perfection. Some days your actions will yield great results. Other days they may feel small or insignificant. But every step forward counts. Success is not a straight line. It is a path marked by persistence. Those who are willing to show up day in and day out will eventually reach heights that others only imagine. In the end, it is your daily habits that define your future. Success is earned through what you do consistently, not occasionally. Make the decision to take action every day. Let discipline guide your time, your focus, and your behavior. Over time, those small, deliberate actions will lead you exactly where you want to go. The people you choose to surround yourself with have a profound impact on your mindset, your habits, and ultimately, your success. Human beings are deeply influenced by their environment, and no influence is stronger than the company they keep. If you are serious about reaching your goals and spending your time wisely, then you must be intentional about who you allow into your inner circle. Growth-oriented people challenge you, support your aspirations, and help you stay focused on your path. They are the ones who inspire you to think bigger, act bolder, and persist through obstacles. Their presence is not just encouraging, it is transformative. When you spend time around individuals who are driven, disciplined, and committed to self-improvement, their mindset begins to rub off on you. You absorb their energy, their habits, and their standards. Conversations shift from gossip and complaints to ideas, strategies, and goals. Instead of being drained by negativity or distracted by aimlessness, you are lifted by purpose and ambition. Growth oriented people believe in possibilities. They talk about what can be done, not what cannot. They look for solutions, not excuses. Their example alone can elevate your thinking and accelerate your progress. In contrast, surrounding yourself with people who lack direction or who discourage ambition can slowly erode your motivation. These individuals may not be malicious, but their mindset is often rooted in fear, complacency, or limitation. They may question your goals, mock your discipline, or make you feel guilty for wanting more out of life. Over time, their influence can lead you to doubt yourself, lower your standards, and settle for less than you are capable of achieving. That is why it is critical to guard your environment as fiercely as you guard your time. Just as you wouldn't allow toxic substances into your body, you should not allow toxic attitudes into your mind. Building a circle of growth-oriented individuals may take time and effort, but it is one of the best investments you can make. Seek out mentors, join communities of like-minded people, attend events where learning and progress are celebrated, be open to building relationships with those who are further ahead than you. Learn from their experiences. Observe their habits. Let their discipline strengthen your own. And just as important, be someone who contributes value to others. Support, uplift, and encourage those around you. Growth is not just about receiving. It is also about giving. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That is not just a saying. It is a principle of life. Your mindset, income, health, and ambition are all influenced by those in your immediate environment. If you want to rise, you must surround yourself with people who are rising. If you want to grow, You must walk with those who are growing. Success is not a solo journey. It is shaped by those who walk beside you. Choose wisely, and you will find that your time, energy, and potential are multiplied by the strength of your circle.